Hello everyone, Kibler here. Today I have a cool reveal for you from the new Ancient Bonds expansion for Duelyst. So those of you who may have followed my channel or my stream for a while may know that one of my favorite factions in Duelyst is Lionar. And I have been a fan of the healing Lionar strategy way before it was cool. You know, back before there was Twernity Oath or really any good reason to play heal Lionar. I just like this sort of, I don't know, paladin healing, keeping my team alive kind of style of Lionar play. I just like to play that kind of controlling mid-range board dominant style. But for a long time, it really didn't work in Duelyst. But now there are quite a few powerful tools, like Trinity Oath, things like that. But now, coming in the new set, there's a lot of new powerful tools. You may have already seen the powerful new Peacekeeper, which is a very strong legendary minion that can pretty much turn the tide of a game if it does come down. Lots of powerful abilities. But there are lots of powerful cards in Lionar. I've always been a fan of Sky Phalanx, even though it never really seemed to do anything in any of my games when I played it. What I often find that I need more than big, powerful effects are smaller effects. And especially in the healing Lionar decks, small effects that synergize well with your heals. One of the problems that I often run into is not being able to fit everything in that I wanted to do alongside, say, a Sunriser in order to actually get the healing off in addition to the cards that benefit from the healing. But this new card from Ancient Bonds is a powerful new artifact that is quite cheap, in fact, and goes very well with those powerful healing turns. Let's take a look at Gold Vitriol. Now, this is a 2-cost artifact, so something you can very easily fit into your mana expenditure in a given turn. And if you're able to use this alongside effects that especially heal multiple times, it can be extremely potent in a particular turn. Obviously, there are lots of things that can be powerful if you get multiple triggers off of them, but many of those end up being very expensive. Say something like a Sunriser or a Lancer, those sort of things that give you, these powerful benefits. If it's a cheap card like this artifact, Gold Vitriol, you can potentially play it alongside those healing effects much more easily than you can a 3-4 or higher cost card. So this is something that can be used in the very early turns of the game as well to potentially give you the ability to take control of the board quickly, which is something that healing Lionar can often struggle with, simply because you generally build up to powerful things with your Sunrisers and your Lancers and all that sort of stuff. With Vitriol, you can potentially kill your opponent's ranged minions that are far across the board from you, which can sometimes be difficult to maneuver into range for your Sunrisers and things like that. So you can actually even win the game like backing up and getting away from your opponent, which is something that you often feel like you need to do if you're being accosted by, say, Songhai opponent who's smashing you in the face, and you're like, oh god, I got to get away from your rush minions and things like that. But with Gold Vitriol, you can just sit back on the other side of the board and just keep healing, and you can end up just blowing up your opponent's stuff from afar. And that's something very powerful that Lionar hasn't really had access to. So I don't know that this is necessarily like a metagame breaking card, but it's definitely an interesting tool to look at in your arsenal if you are looking to play a heal Lionar deck. Anyway, thank you guys very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this preview of Ancient Bonds, and looking forward to seeing the whole new set. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.